Okay, what is up everyone? I'm back here again. I will be making another tutorial for tricks. I'm gonna do how to push O's today. Very self-explanatory. And then I'm gonna describe my setup because I get a lot of questions about that, not on here or Instagram necessarily. I get some in my DMs and I get some on my Snapchat from friends and stuff, so I figured it would be nice to let you guys know how I chose that. But first we will go downstairs. I will do a couple of, what do I want to say, walkthroughs, and then, I don't even know what am I doing? Shit. And then I will go upstairs where it's not as cold, and I'll explain why I chose this as my setup for my tricking. Darn lights stay on. Okay. Okay. So, if you guys watched my last video, which was on how to push, or not push, how to do O's, then you guys are ready for this step. If you guys haven't watched that video and you're not good or proficient with your O's, I recommend that you click on my channel and you go check that video out. Jeez, it's chilly down here, guys. Okay, so that's why I'm sounding so weird right now. But basically, once you get that down, push and O is one of the most simple things to get into doing actual tricks like lassos and split O's and your jellies and stuff of that sort. So let me sit you down. It's chilly. So basically, what you're going to want to do is your O, once you get an O that you like, right about here, let's say this is the O, your hand, it's going to be flat like this. You can have little gaps in it too. It doesn't really matter how you want to push it. You can push it like this, you can push it like that, up, down, however the hell you feel like pushing once you get this down, okay? But basically, want your hand about that far away from the O so you don't yank it back once you push because it'll break the O and shit like that. So, do a couple of walkthroughs. I'll show you guys a couple of things that I do, and then we will go on to why I chose this. Okay. Broke that one. That's basically the whole gist of it. Really isn't that hard. Sorry. Isn't that hard to learn how to do. It's very simple. You need to practice it a lot because when you're pushing your O's or when you're going into doing bigger tricks like jellies and stuff, which I'll do another trick tutorial probably in a couple days. But basically, that's it. That's all that there is to it. Pushing your O's really isn't that hard. It just takes practice. Once you get your O's down, though, you guys need to get your O's down, and that's like number one on the list. Once you get your O's down, then you can start getting into pushing your O's. That's what I was telling my friend that I talked about in the last video. He has problems with doing his O's, so I have him for about a week or two, as long as it takes him to get his O's down to where they need to be to actually be able to push his O's. That's basically all there is to it. We'll go on to why I chose this Chaos and the V-God RDA for my setup. V-God RDA is a very simple choice for me. Number one, the V-Gods make very good equipment. That's what I call it for your mods. They make good mods. They make good RDAs. They make good RDTAs, which I'll be getting one of those soon. But another reason is these are very, very easy to build on. Like one of the easiest RDAs I've seen on the market to build on. And I'll show you what I mean here. So instead of your traditional 3-post setup, they've only got a 2-post, which is actually better. I like 2 posts more than I like 3s, because for the simple fact of the matter is your coils line up straight in the middle if you make them correctly, and it's just 4 little bolts. You just tighten them down and it's basically done. Very simple. It also, with this, if you guys can see that, that's my build right now. I've got, I think, 10 on each side. I don't know. Don't freaking kill me if you guys count them and it's not it. But also, right in here, where you put your cotton down in, you can put juice in both these sides, filled up so it has a little bit more juice. And both these sides, sorry I'm a little shaky, it's a little cold. Both on these sides, you can fill up with juice, so it just keeps your cotton a little more soaked and saturated for a little longer. Now with the Chaos, the reason I chose Chaos, I'm a big Skelly fan. My second mod I ever had was the Skelly J150. Lasted me for about a year almost. It was a good mod, good starter mod for sure. It went up to 150 watts. I got, and now it's just a chargeable. Another reason is this one's a dual battery. I love the dual battery setup. This goes to 230 watts wattage wise. I keep it around 130 for this because RDAs hit a little harder, and it's just a good setup for me. I do like the light around the side, and also another deciding factor, you guys are all gonna laugh at this one. I actually chose this mod originally because one of my favorite vapors has it. I didn't look anything up on it. Thought it was the coolest thing ever, so I got it. Just Peachy is the one who uses this a lot, the Chaos, in her videos. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna go get one of those. So I went and got one. Now it's like my favorite little thing to use for doing tricks. Eventually I will get a mech because they just hit a little harder. You can get better cloud production, a lot thicker of a vape, which is honestly, if you want to get into tricking, I always recommend getting an RDA. Even if you don't want a mech mod, get an RDA, put it on your mod, because RDAs, they just make thicker, milkier vapor production. So that's basically it. It hits really good. Before I actually got this one, I had a what was it called? it was a smoke. It was a Smok. This is why I don't buy Smok products anymore, actually, to be 100% honest, guys. I had it for about a month, and then it started glitching. Now, with my friends that both have Smok mods, they never glitched out, but the one I had was it took 4 batteries. It hit up to 350 watts, which was awesome. I thought it was the coolest thing. I can't even remember what it was called now, but that's just because I was a little ticked at it. I actually, basically, there was a couple of issues that I had with it. One, when I tightened my tank down the very first time, didn't over tighten it or anything, spun it. It broke the inner thing that locks your RDA in. So basically, if you tried to take it off, it couldn't come off, and it just spun like this in circles. So that was number one. Number two, basically, was using the mod one day. I went out to a fair, never dropped the mod, anything like that. Hit it a couple times, was working just fine. Pulled it out of my pocket, went to hit it, and all the LED display, everything went out, and it just started glitching, and it wouldn't hit, and stupid shit like that. And I was like, okay, well, when I got home, I basically took my batteries out, let it sit for a little bit in rice, because I was like, maybe I got something on it. Tried to turn it back on, nothing happened. So what I did was basically broke the damn thing apart, and I got my tank off because I wasn't going to throw my tank away, because my tank was the V8, and I got a different glass piece for it. The glass wasn't actual glass, it's like a plastic. It's a hardened plastic, so when you drop it, it won't crack or shatter all over the place. And then I had a new tip on there, and I was like, well, I'm not just going to throw away my tank. So I broke that apart, got the tank off, and now whenever I turn it on to anything else, it doesn't spin anymore. So, yeah, basically, it was just 2 little plastic brackets that held it in there from spinning around. So if you, like, tweaked it just a little too wrong, it broke. So I don't like that about those mods. There's nothing wrong with Smok. Smok is one of the biggest vape gear producers out there. So nothing wrong with Smok. I've never had an issue with the Sigelei. The only reason I stopped using the J150 is after a while, the battery, because it was an internal battery. It wasn't batteries that you can take out and charge. After you charge those internal batteries so much, they eventually start to die, and it didn't hold a charge like it used to, and it just went out, which happens. I understood that, and I was like, okay, whatever, it's fine. I'll just accept it. So that happened, and I went out and got this one, which I love to death. It hits pretty solid, actually, 100%. Yeah, basically I don't have anything else to say about this. I'm not sponsored by either of these companies. One day I hope to get on the VGod squad. I don't know what they are or how you say it, but I've been practicing a lot. That's actually what got me into tricking, was watching videos from VGods. All of them, those guys are masters of their craft, honestly. If you guys want to go and get really good at doing tricks, I recommend you go and watch any of them. Their YouTube channel, I mean, they post trick tutorials as well, and they do a very good job at all their shit. So 100% recommend them. They're very good company, and never had a single problem with either of these devices ever. 0. And just ask me what you guys want to see next. I was planning on doing jellies. I could do jellies. I could do ghost inhale, or yeah, ghost inhale. I could do French inhale. I could do Bane inhale. I could do jellies if you guys want to see that. Splittos eventually. I'm working on that one right now. Still trying to get those down. Shark splits, all that shit. I'm gonna get it down, and I'll be making more videos on that shit. So, yeah, no. If you guys do want to check out my sponsor, they're not paying me to say this. I basically get a little discount off of my stuff from them until I get over 1,000 followers on Instagram. They're my Instagram sponsor. They're not my YouTube sponsor. But I know I showed you guys in the last video, but I'll probably do it every video. They're Killer Clouds. I'll leave their Instagram in the description down low. Also, I know I said this last time, once I get to 500 subscribers on YouTube, I'll be doing a vape giveaway. And once I get to 350 on Instagram, I'll be doing a giveaway. And I am at 303 right now. So if you guys want to help it go a little faster, that would be much appreciated. And you could have a chance to win 5 separate prizes. Pretty sure I'm going to do, there's going to be a juice, which each one, there's going to be one with a hat, one with a shirt, one with some coils and cotton, and one with an RDA. So that's basically all 5. I'm still thinking about how I want to do that, and the YouTube one, I have no idea what I'll do because I'm not even close to 500. But basically, once I hit 350 on Instagram, I'll be announcing my giveaway. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like. If you haven't subscribed yet and you like my channel and you feel necessary that you want to subscribe, please subscribe. And also, if you do subscribe and you want to stay up to date on my videos, please click that little bell icon right next to the subscribe button. This is Vape D's, and hope you guys have a great rest of your day or evening. Keep chasing your dreams, and I'll see you again.